he's pretty. Well, I've been fortunate enough to get myself a nice Colorado Mule Deer Buck this morning, so I figured I'd take a moment and go through my pack and briefly tell you about each item that I think is essential when you're hunting in Colorado, especially if you're going to be doing any hiking. I like to carry this bigger pack with me. I throw the blaze orange vest around it, that way if I have to drop it I can find it again easily if I need to put a good stalk on, or just so other hunters can still see me well even if I'm wearing the pack. If I need to get in the pack, I can easily do that. I keep a carabiner up here and then just unzip it. And then I have different compartments in the pack. In this top compartment, I like to get the stuff that I'm going to be using often. So my GPS unit, sunglasses, hand warmers, maybe a light snack, and then since I'm kind of a map guy, I always have my map and compass in a nice case. Now if it's the night before and I'm getting ready, I'm also going to put the stuff that's going to be going in my pockets into this pouch. So I'll put my binoculars and my rangefinder in there as well. That way if you're fumbling around in the dark, you know where to find it. Inside the main compartment, I'm going to be putting some deer quarters. There's not much in there right now, but I do carry a nice little dry bag that has some extra layers in it. So if I start getting cold, if I need to take layers off, I can put them in this dry bag and they're going to stay nice and dry. I've got some water here on the side. Obviously that's essential. I always bring at least one bottle like that. And if I think I'm going to need more, I'll just bring the purifier, the water filter, or carry a second bottle. This bag here at the bottom of the pack is our largest compartment. And I carry a bunch of game bags. I like to carry at least 4. That way I can put some quarters, depending on what the species is it pronghorn, is it elk? But for this mule deer, 4 bags is going to be plenty. And you can reuse these, and they just work really nice. They keep the dirt off, they keep the bugs off. They're pretty much essential in my mind. If you're worried about your pack getting dirty, if it's an internal frame pack like this one, you can also line the pack with a trash bag, but as soon as you get back to the vehicle, make sure that you get it out of the trash bag because you don't want to be trapping any of that heat. Because remember, heat, dirt, and moisture. We don't want any of that stuff going on. Okay, the other thing I keep in the bottom of the pack in another small dry bag, this is whether I'm going on a tiny little day hike or a nice big pack trip, I always have this little dry bag, and this is basically my first aid kit, survival kit, and all the other little essentials in there you might need. And make sure you go through that periodically to make sure that all the stuff is still in there, and if stuff has been used, replenish it. There's another bottle of water, and here's just a whole bunch of snacks. So you want good stuff, granola bars, power bars, to help you keep going. Okay, and then this is what we're going to get down to right now. This is my field dressing kit. So I like to put my license right here in my field dressing kit. That way I've got it, so I can immediately detach it and sign it, notch it all out, and get to work on that. Putting on the hind quarter, I'm going to leave evidence of sex on both hind quarters, and I'm going to attach that carcass tag there. Then I also have at least one knife, usually I have 2 knives. I'm a big fan of the fixed blade. It doesn't have to be huge, and if you can find it in blaze orange, that's even better. You're going to need a saw for getting through the sternum and the pelvis. And this is a nice one, it has this nice blunt tip on it, so you have a less likely chance of cutting into the internal organs. I'm also going to keep some straps in here and some zip ties in the bottom of the bag for attaching the carcass tag. I always try to bring some rope and or cord and straps just in case I need to tie off legs and limbs while I'm doing the field dressing, or if I need to attach it to the pack. Always bring a handful of gloves. Keep your hands nice and clean. I always bring some wet wipes. You can clean up afterwards. A knife sharpener. And then I carry a couple writing utensils for filling out that tag, and I always like to carry the Leatherman too. That way it's a second knife, but also has some tools on there just in case I need to try to do repair out in the field.